Hey everybody, welcome back to Regressive D&D. I know it's been a while. The last time I was just did a bunch of videos on the sigil.
Sigil.
Oh, and then we got Sigil.
No, it's sigil. Everybody convinced me it's sigil. So today, there's been a lot of enhancements to the maps tool, and I just thought it'd be fun to jump into it and do another video on that. So let's jump into it. All right, I'm not going to spend a lot of time explaining how to get into maps. If you want to check that out, check out my video right up here. I'm going to actually tag 2 videos that I've done on maps that kind of gives you a lot of the features that have been building up until now. What I want to show you today is how you can run encounters, and it's gotten way easier to access the monster stat blocks and to attack with them and to use them and just to really keep your encounter going. And a new exciting feature, animated maps. So I'm going to jump into that first. Right now I've just got a browser. I've got one of my games up. So I'm going to go ahead and jump out here. I've already created an animated map. One thing I learned in doing this, so just kind of a tip, is I had found an animated map, basically an animated graphics file. Maps will not allow you to use that. So you have to convert it into an MP4 format for it to use, which makes it actually a little bit easier because a lot of the animated maps I've found out there are actually videos, looping videos that people have created. So that actually might be easier if you go onto Patreon. There's tons of maps out there. Basically, if you do a Google search, you can find tons of maps. I just wanted to do a quick one so I could see how it works. So what I actually did is I took an animated GIF file, animated GIF file, however you want to pronounce it, and I made it into an MP4. So that's basically what this is. The resolution is not great, so I think that contributes to it, but it gets us the idea. So let's jump right in. So let's go ahead and actually upload this map again, just because I want to show you how easy it is to set it up. So out here, I've got a pictures of animated maps folder, and I've created an animated map lava. As you can see, I've been able to pull it in here. I'm going to title the map just animated. So I already have animated map. Let's go next. Just like any other map, you can actually set this up so you can get your grid. Let's get it to where we can actually see it a little bit better. As you can see, because it's a kind of low resolution graphics file, it's not super great resolution, but it's going to give us the idea. So what I'm doing here is just scaling the map to a 5-foot grid. Very easy to do. You do it the same as you would do on just a static map. Gonna save it. And that's all there is to it. I'm gonna add now this animated map. We'll just leave it called animated, but you can change the name. There you go. It's already opened up. So now, if I want to throw out a few players onto this map, let's do Hildegard and Ricky. There you go. You can see they're out there on the map. Just like any map, if I want to do Fog of War, I can cover the whole thing. Then I can go out here. And I can open up as much as I want to see. Another feature that's gotten a lot better, and I'll show that to you here, is the Spectator View. When maps first started, Spectator View didn't work great, so I actually had to run 2 computers to run maps. I had one computer set up with a fake account that was basically like a player account, and I had the player map showing on my virtual tabletop, and then I had my DM screen. Now I've been able to go back to one table, one computer, and I can use the spectator mode, and it just creates another browser screen. So let's just show you that. All right, it jumped right to it. Let's go out of full screen for a minute. I'm going to go back to this. You do have to start the session for the spectator mode to work. You have to start session for it to work for anybody. But there you go. You can see this is what the players would see right now. Nice feature on this. If somebody's using a PC that isn't a very robust PC, and this is a strain on their resources, right down here, right behind me. Let me turn myself off here for a second. Right down here in the bottom right-hand corner, you can see there's a pause map animation. As you can see there, it stopped the animation. So that will probably do a lot to help people who have any kind of resource problems, that sort of thing. And of course, you can start it right back up. The one thing that's nice is that doesn't affect anybody else. Let's jump back over here into the DM screen. One thing I'm not sure about is if I, as the DM, pause it, will that pause the players? Let's see. Nope, sure doesn't. So even if I want to, as a Dungeon Master, if I want to pause it, that doesn't affect anyone else but me. All right, let's open up a little bit more of the screen. So yeah, so this isn't the best example of an animated map. Basically, because this looks like a 1980s 8-bit video game, but it is a cool example of what you can do with animated maps. There are tons of great-looking, high-resolution animated maps that I think would look awesome with this. I can just imagine like a Curse of Strahd scene with the mist just covering the entire battle map. Be so cool. All right, opened up the map a little bit here. What I want to show you all, the next thing I'm going to show you is well, one cool feature they've added is you can actually group people now. So if I want to group these 2 characters, you can see I can move them around all together. You can do the same thing for enemies, any tokens on the screen, you can do that with. Then right here, you just ungroup them. Group, ungroup. Another cool feature they've added is the ability to group tokens together. So if you grab them like that, you can pull them around like that. You actually select them and pull them around. You can actually group it so that if you let go of it, they're still going to be grouped. So you can still move your monster token and then come back over and grab them, then unshift them, and they're free. The other thing you can do also now, you can actually lock a token in place. So if there's some reason why you don't want this token to be able to be moved, you still move that one. You can lock it in place and you can unlock it. All right. I'm going to go ahead and just so you can all see it, I'm going to go ahead and pause the animation. So the next thing I want to show you all is let's bring up a monster token. What would be a great monster token here? How about a fire elemental? There we have our fire elemental. I use maps a lot. I use it for my weekly home game with my players that we've been playing together for, I think we calculated almost 7 years now. Some are on site, some are remote. So because some are remote, we use maps every Sunday. So I feel like I'm getting really good exposure, becoming really good with it. One of the greatest enhancements they've made so far is how easy they have made it to get to the monster stats and how to adjust hit points, how to attack with the monster. Let me show you what I mean. So here you can see a couple of different pieces that they've added to the monster tokens. One, this would be if I had an encounter up, I could add them to the encounter. If I need to adjust their hit points, you can see here. If somebody attacked it and did 10 hit points of damage, I can plug in 10, do damage, and you can see it says 83 of 93. If for some reason my monster got healed, heal them right back up. You can give them temporary hit points. I can override their hit points, which I do a lot because a lot of times I give my creatures the max hit points they can have, because when you're fighting 7 player characters, you usually need max hit points. You can easily do that. But let's say it is the fire elemental's turn in initiative order. You can do view stat block. Not only can you view the stat block, which you can see here on the left-hand side of the screen, you can actually attack and roll dice and basically make saving throws, make ability checks. It's just, for me, it's just such a great use. So here, it shows your attack, your actions in the very bottom left-hand corner. It's a multi-attack. The elemental can make 2 burn attacks. If you watch the log over on the right, I'm going to do an attack. We're going to say for some reason they have advantage. I'm going to make my roll. And you can see burn to hit. Got a 15 plus 6 equals 21. He's using his Firestorm ability. Which does 1 D10 fire damage. He can do 3 damage. The cleric cast some kind of a spell that needs a saving throw. He's going to need to do a dex saving throw. No advantage on this. As a matter of fact, we'll say he has disadvantage on this. We'll set up disadvantage, roll that. And you can see he rolled a 4 and a 19. He gets the 4 because it was at disadvantage. This has made it so much easier for me as a dungeon master to play and to quickly and intuitively run the monsters in my encounters. Speaking of encounters, we now have which we may have had it in one of my previous videos, we have an enhanced combat encounter tracker, which works really well too. Couple of ways to get into it. If you open the sidebar, basically you can add tokens, which is going to add every token on the screen. I don't find that to be the easiest way to do it, mainly because a lot of times when I'm using a very large map, I'm going to have hidden tokens all over the map. Now, it works well because if I do add all tokens, it will add every token on the map. But if they're hidden, it does not show up in where the players can see them. So I can go through and delete those off. The method I actually prefer to use is we use this select option again. Grab these characters, and right here you have this little plus sign right in this little pop-up tool box. If I hit that, as you can see, there you go. The players are up top, your enemy is down at the bottom. For this case, once I've done this, if the players on D&D Beyond run initiative, that pops onto here. So it's tied, Maps is tied directly with with D&D Beyond character sheets as long as they're part of this map. If they're not part of the map, you won't even see their token as players. But that's just part of the setup. So you do want to set up a campaign within D&D Beyond with all your players in it, and then tie your map to that campaign. So then all your players will be in it. But we do auto initiative, and I'm going to show you one other thing. Once I start combat, I'm going to, let's jump back over to spectator mode. And if you look right up here at the top, you can see who's in the initiative order. And in this case, it's the Fire Elemental's first in initiative order. Once his initiative's gone, it's going to jump over to Hildegard. Then it'll jump over to Ricky. D&D Beyond Maps is still in beta, and they keep adding these great features. I am so excited for where it's going to go. So the last thing I want to show you is they've added stickers to maps. Let's take a quick look at that. As you can see from here, you can add a variety of different, they're not tokens, they're called stickers. So let's say we needed a pool on here. You can see we've added a pool to the map. Let's say we needed to add a coffin to it. We can add this coffin to the screen. Enlarge it, stretch it, rotate it, put it anywhere you want. Right now, the only thing we have available to us are the stickers that they've made available to us. They've made a lot. As you can see, I'll kind of scroll through them here. Hopefully one of the enhancements they'll do is to actually allow the ability for us to upload our own stickers to it. That will really take the customization of the maps to the next level. And ultimately with maps, I think that's what we all want, right? We want this to be customizable for us to make it our own. For it to still be in beta, they've come so far and they keep adding enhancements to it. I'm super excited about where it's going. All right, guys, that's all I've got for you today. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give me a like, share it. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, subscribe to our channel. We really appreciate it. We're almost at 2,000 subscribers, and that's all because of you guys. Until the next time, and that next time will come a lot sooner, keep rolling those 20s.
Yo, progressive D&D, we the finest. Dungeons deep, dragons big, ain't no blindness. Roll the dice, take a chance, feel the kindness. Heroes rise, villains fall, break the silence. Every week, new quest, new alliance. From the battles to the quest to defiance. Be a rogue or a mage, show your science. Follow us, don't be late, pure reliance.